Hello, happy Women's International Day. It's not today, is it? But never mind. Better late than never. I wanted to think about this one a little bit because, I've seen a lot of trendy discussions on it. I saw Jermaine Greer on a morning show the other day being slightly dismissive. I always find her very good value, but, she loves being a little bit controversial, and she was basically being a little bit dismissive about the so-called women's movement, if there is such a thing, and her take on the whole Harvey Weinstein. She was talking about the Harvey Weinstein thing was, oh well, this happens to young people, men as well, and she did have a point there. It's picking up that it's all been sort of slightly forgotten, the Kevin Spacey, and that young men and boys are also vulnerable, which is true. So I thought I'll delve into this. So pardon me for giving you a few slightly depressing facts. I had a little look, and basically I looked at rape as it affects men and women, and it seems to be that about 1 in 10 rape cases are men. So it's a significant problem, but obviously it's still more of a problem with females in general. Extremely low conviction rate, 5.7%. That's phenomenally, and I didn't realise it was quite so low. And apparently in surveys, a third of people think that if you've been a bit flirtatious, and you sort of partly deserve it. So it's a really old-fashioned ideas going around. So then I thought I'll open it up a little bit, see how things are really for women in the world. And so I looked at the most repressive places for women on the planet, and they measure it through things like literacy and education, death in childbirth, violence against women, financial independence, that kind of thing. And one of the worst was Afghanistan. Saudi Arabia didn't come up very good. Egypt didn't come up very good. Yemen, Iran, all pretty bad. So in Afghanistan, for example, 87% of women said they had domestic violence as the norm. And it's the only place actually where female suicides are higher than male suicides. Also, the average age at which a woman can expect to live in Afghanistan is 45. Yeah, heavy shit, guys. I'm sorry to depress you with this. So then I sort of thought, well, I'll open it up a little bit more and see which are the most repressive societies to live in general. And hey, guess what? The same society, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Afghanistan, they're just repressive societies. And yeah, in Afghanistan, a woman can expect to live to 45, but a guy can expect to live to 46. So it's not much better. So what I'm saying is, where you get repression in general, no one's having a great time. Women just tend to be having a worse time. So what is this about? So I thought I'll get deep in this. So that's sort of the global thing, the sort of the political thing. Let's peel away that onion that I'm always talking about. Let's get a little bit deeper. What is it? And to me, it's like fundamentally, it seems to be the fear of the feminine, the fear of the feminine force, feminine power, the power that gives birth to us, the planet, the globe itself, Mother Earth that gave birth to us, the feminine kind of, maybe there's a fear of the fact that the feminine is the nurturer, the giving birth. There's a deep fear of that. However, I was looking into. There's an anthropologist, pardon me, I've written a whole load of notes. Well, they did look into societies where apparently the masculine and the feminine were equally honoured, and it was the norm up until about 3,300 years ago. So you can only imagine that those societies would be a lot more balanced. So what do we mean by the feminine? What do we mean by the divine feminine? Well, to me, that is the nurturer, the receptive, the cooperator, the male, the enlightened male serves the feminine, and is in honor and service to the feminine, and that those at their best, the masculine is strong and supportive and still and silent, and the feminine, they work together, the energies work together. And now we're so tipped over into a sort of masculinized world where even in films that are meant to give a more positive picture of women, it's always women in musculars, lots of musculars, kicking ass, basically masculinized. And it's really, we've all got the yin and yang, we've all got the male and female in us, and we're operating at our best when they're kind of in a sort of balance. Obviously, I think men and women have so much to offer each other when we're in balance. We're just crazy out of balance, and all the aspects of the divine feminine are that the healing. They're going to be the biggest catalyst towards the healing of our planet. Don't you think? I think so. So the places where women had most equality, so interesting, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden. Hey, South Africa, wasn't expecting that one. Denmark, the Netherlands. A lot of Northern European places where the standard of living is generally higher. So what it seems to be is when society is under pressure, economic pressure, resource pressure, or that gap is really wide, then and everyone's scrabbling in the dust. It seems to be women do really badly when you come into societies where the cultural, social norms are more, what I would say, enlightened, liberal. Everyone does better. Everyone does better. So when women are out of balance in the society, everyone's doing badly. You know that a society is worth living in if the women and the children are doing well. You know that that's a place you'd like to live if the women and the children are doing well. So what's my point here? My point here is I think we need to honour and respect the feminine in us all, men and women. And I think what's happened is our programming is to see the feminine as somehow inherently less, somehow almost to despise it in ourselves and despise it in each other. And oftentimes the disappointment in life doesn't come from a man behaving badly, it comes from another woman behaving badly, doesn't it? If you have a manager who's particularly harsh to other women, or other women viewing each other as competition, for resources. It's like, I think a lot of that is not respecting and a woman respecting and loving the feminine within themselves. Because when you start loving and respecting the feminine within yourself, it's so much easier to start loving and respecting the feminine in others, and to truly support others, other women and other men, because this is a battle, if you want to call it a battle. Well, it appears to be a battle that is doing a disservice to everyone, men and women. If you have half the population of the planet on second-class citizens, it pulls everybody down to being second-class citizens. We need more cooperation. We need more love. We need more nurturing. Those are the qualities. The divine feminine is ready to flower right now. Join me in that flowering. Love those qualities in yourself, my sisters and my brothers. Because the divine feminine is about to flower and about to rule, about to take over, because we need it. We need it. We've gone too out of balance. So I hope you enjoyed this blog. Please subscribe, share. Love and peace, love and peace, love and peace.